My name is Aliza. I'm in the final year of high school, a girl who always loves staying quiet in the corner, with a diary full of thoughts, dreams, and questions. I never imagined I would feel something so powerful, so unexpected. Today, I want to share a story. It's not just a love story. It's a journey of growth, emotion, respect, and waiting for the right time. It's about how I slowly, deeply, and purely fell in love with someone who once stood at the front of the class, my teacher. Before I ever met Mr. Adil, I was just another student. I wasn't the prettiest or the smartest. I liked to sit on the second last bench, quietly listening to lectures, taking neat notes, and escaping into my books during breaks. I had only a couple of close friends. We didn't talk much about boys, makeup, or fashion. Instead, I liked poetry, silence, and the feeling of rain on my hands. School was a routine. Nothing exciting happened until the day he arrived. Mr. Adil was our new English teacher. When he walked into the room for the first time, everything felt different. He was tall, wore simple shirts, and had a calm and confident smile. His voice was soft, deep, and very clear. But what struck me the most were his eyes. They seemed to understand emotions without anyone speaking a word. When he introduced himself and started teaching, I instantly connected to his style. He didn't just teach English, he spoke to our hearts. He used stories, feelings, and life examples. For the first time, I started seeing language as something alive. As days passed, I began noticing him more than I should have. I started sitting one row closer. I read the text twice. I smiled more often. And one day, while discussing a poem about love, he looked directly at me while explaining a line. Some loves are silent, but louder than anything spoken. His eyes met mine just for a moment, but in that second, I felt something change inside me. I looked down quickly, but my heartbeat betrayed me. That night, I wrote in my diary. He looked at me. Was it only my imagination, or did he feel it too? From that day, I felt something blooming inside me, confusing, beautiful, and terrifying. I tried to stay calm, but every time he entered the class, my world moved a little. I started noticing every detail. His expressions when he explained something difficult, the way he smiled when someone gave a clever answer, the calmness in his voice. But it wasn't one-sided. There were moments, tiny, quiet ones, where I caught him looking at me. It was never obvious, but it was there, like during reading exercises, when I would lift my head and find him looking, and he'd turn away too quickly, or when he gently commented on my essay with extra care. You have a rare gift with words, Aliza. Don't ever lose it. Each compliment made my heart flutter, but with those feelings came fear. I told myself, no, this isn't right. He's my teacher. I'm a student. And yet, the heart has its own language. Weeks passed, and our silent understanding deepened. There was a comfort in our distance, a safety in our silence. He never crossed a line. Neither did I. But in our eyes, we spoke volumes. Then came the day that changed everything. A slow, rainy Thursday afternoon. Most students had left. I stayed behind, waiting for the rain to stop. The sky was gray, and the room felt quiet. He sat at his desk, writing something. I stood near the window, watching the raindrops race each other. He looked up and said, "Rain makes everything feel softer, don't you think?" I nodded. "Yes, sir. It's like nature is whispering." He smiled, beautifully said. Then, silence. We stood in the same room, 10 feet apart, both afraid to say more but wanting to. Then he broke the silence. You see things that others miss. That's rare, Aliza. My breath caught in my throat. I wanted to reply, but I was afraid. I just smiled and turned back to the window. That evening, I wrote him a poem, just for myself. He speaks without words, and I answer in silence. Two minds, two hearts, waiting for the storm to pass. The emotional closeness between us grew quietly. I started staying a little later after class. He started leaving me books to read, poetry, stories, English classics. Once, he left a note inside a book of poems. To Aliza, a thoughtful mind deserves beautiful words. I kept that book under my pillow for weeks. His kindness gave me courage, but my fear held me back. I didn't want to destroy his respect, my studies, or cross a line, so I waited. Then came the school farewell. I wore a simple white dress. He was standing near the stage, giving small farewell notes to students. When my turn came, he handed me an envelope and said, "I hope life gives you words worthy of your heart." That night, when I opened the envelope, there was no long message, just one line. Some stories must wait for the right chapter. Tears fell from my eyes. I knew. He knew. But now we had to wait. A few months passed. I turned 18. School was over. Life felt empty without the daily classes, without him. I started writing more, applying to college, dreaming new dreams. Then one evening, my phone buzzed. An unknown number. "Hi, Aliza. I hope you're doing well. I didn't want to disturb you during exams, but if you're still writing poetry, I'd love to read more." It was him. We began talking, carefully, respectfully, about books, writing, and life. Then one day, he said, "I always saw something special in you, but I had to wait, for your sake and for mine." Our connection was deeper now, not based on roles or positions, but on emotion, understanding, maturity. We started meeting at cafes, libraries, public gardens. He shared his own dreams, fears, childhood memories. I shared mine. We laughed. We wrote poems together. We looked at the stars and dreamed. Then, one sunny afternoon, he held my hand and said, "Aliza, love is not about what people say. It's about how two hearts understand each other. I waited because I respected you. But now, I want to build a life with you. Will you marry me?" I cried. I said yes. Our wedding was simple, a small ceremony with close family. He was no longer a teacher, and I was no longer a student. We were equals, two people in love, choosing to walk life together. Now, every morning, I wake up beside the man who once taught me literature, and now teaches me love. We still read books together. We still write poetry. We still sit in silence and understand each other without speaking. This is our story, not just of falling in love, but of waiting, respecting boundaries, growing together, and finally finding peace. Moral and educational message. Love, when it is real, can wait. It respects time. It honors growth. This story teaches that relationships based on mutual respect and deep emotional connection are powerful, but must come at the right time. For English learners, notice the soft, emotional language used in this story. It's simple, beautiful, and full of useful expressions you can use in your own speaking or writing. Practice the phrases, feel the emotions, and learn how to tell your own stories, respectfully and beautifully. Because love, like language, is a journey. Thank you for listening.